Hey everyone, Creatively Cara here, and welcome to my creative journey. Today, I wanted to spend a little time to chat with you about planning styles. There are so many different styles out there, and it can be really hard to find the one that works best for you. Now, this is something I've personally struggled with, and today I'm going to basically be sharing with you my journey in planning styles over the last few years. And hopefully that'll give you some insight as to what your planning style is meant to be, or maybe give you some inspiration as to what planning styles you want to try. I've tried a good variety, and based on that, I'll give you my knowledge and tips to hopefully help you choose your planning style. As with many people, my planning style started with the typical standard, just dated planner that you buy at Walmart or Target or your local store. And I never really liked those. I felt like I'd go through the year, fill it out, and then what? Like, it has a lot of personal information in it, but it never felt personalized, like creative and like memories for me to keep. And so I never knew what to do with my planners when I was done with them. I think sometimes I burned them because I didn't want like my personal life being out in a dumpster somewhere. While they're not my thing, perhaps they are still your thing. You know, if you like a consistent setup schedule or consistent layout, there are so many different brands out there. You just kind of have to look around and see if you can find the right one. A lot of the times when you are searching for a planner, you can open them up and kind of flip through it. So definitely do that to kind of get a feel of what the weekly pages look like, or if there's a daily, how the calendar's laid out. Do they have any other cute little things in there? Do you not want the cute things? So like I said, those pre-made planners come with so many different types. Just check it out, see what works for you. But I would say if you're not into like memory keeping or journaling and don't really want that super creative side of things, I think that pre-made planners would still work really well for you. For me, not so much. I pretty much used pre-made planners through college, and it wasn't until after I had graduated college that I was then introduced to bullet journaling. Bullet journaling was definitely one of my favorites. If you don't know what a bullet journal is, I will link to the bullet journal website down below, because you definitely should start off on the basic side of things. But us creatives have definitely taken the bullet journal system and turned it into our own thing. Like we put ourselves into it. We are able to add our creative selves in there and really just customize it. But basics of bullet journaling, it's an analog system. So you kind of go day by day, and you'd start with Monday, write down your tasks, any notes or anything that you want to keep track of. At the end of the day, maybe you sit down, get ready for Tuesday or Tuesday morning. You'll look back on Monday. Okay, I didn't finish this task. I'm going to migrate it over to Tuesday so that we can work on that, and so on. Now, some people don't quite use the bullet journal system in that style. They'll end up just laying out the whole week, which is what I typically did. So I would lay out my whole week so that I was prepared and I could write things out, because typically I left enough space for me for each day. So it worked out. But really, really helpful system. You do not at all have to be a creative person to do bullet journaling. If you really like to do to-do lists and have sticky notes everywhere, the bullet journaling system is really good for you, because you just write down those to-dos or those lists or those notes all in one place, and you just keep it going. And it doesn't have to be anything super pretty or even super like journal heavy. It can just kind of have some highlights from the days or notes from the days, things like that. I will link to the bullet journal website down below, because there's so much more to it that I could literally spend a whole video talking about it. Now, there was a point in my life when I was pregnant with my second child, going to finish my master's degree part-time, working full-time. It was a lot for me. I couldn't keep up with YouTube. I couldn't keep up with any of my extra things. My mental health took a dive, and I gave up on bullet journaling. I decided that I just couldn't keep up with it. It just wasn't working for me. And that is the point where I tried the Happy Planner. So this type of planning it's called Discbound. So the papers are all held by rings, and it's really cool because you can buy sort of these pre-made planners. You can buy so many different types of things to then insert into the planner, and so you can pretty much like build your own planner. And it's really cool, and you can always remove pages whenever you need. just so awesome. Like I seriously loved this style of planning. I thought it was so cool. And the Happy Planner is not the only one out there. If you go to Office Depot or Staples, they have their own brands as well, Lavender and Arc, but I think there's even other brands out there. I think that the Discbound is really nice. I see a lot of people in business using the Discbound planner, and maybe that's more for just work, but it's really nice for like meeting notes because you can take a note and then take the paper out and store it somewhere else if you need to. I think that that's really helpful when it comes to like work style, but it can be really nice as well for just everyday planning too. Like for me, it was really cool because I almost sorted it as a folder. So I had different tabs to indicate where different things were in the planner. I could have my budget in there. I could have my fitness planner in there. I could also then have just the months in there. I could take 6 months out and only have 6 months in. So much flexibility with it. And that was pretty cool. And again, you have so many different brands out there that you have a lot to choose from. You can get kind of these cute ones. Happy Planner is very like girly-ish. They have a lot of different fun styles in that sense, but Arc and Lavender are a little bit more minimal, basic style, but still have some different things if you want a little bit of fun and pizzazz in yours. Moving on from my Discbound planner, I sort of had this awkward transition phase where I wasn't ready to like jump fully back into bullet journaling. I sort of did a Discbound bullet journal, and that was super fun. I made some videos on it and I have some plan with me's with it, so I really enjoyed that style. Being able to turn it into a bullet journal style was really cool because sometimes, especially like if you make collections and move planners quickly, then you could transfer those collections over easily because you could just take the page out. If you mess up, you could take the page out and start over. I know some people have that issue where they just get so frustrated about a mistake that they literally have to take the page out. I know, I've been there, I've done that, but it's up to you. I think that the Discbound is very unique. One of the things a lot of people complain about are the rings. They can get in the way, especially if you're like a left-handed person. Even for right-handers, it can still be annoying. For traveling, it can be a little annoying. It depends. I really liked the smaller rings, but the smaller rings obviously don't hold as many papers. So definitely some pros and cons there, but it's a unique way of planning if it's something that you may be interested in. I really only did the Discbound bullet journal phase for a few months. I realized quickly, nope, I want to go back to a bound notebook for bullet journaling. So I did that for a while again, and it was good. And then I decided to finally start using my iPad, which I had for a long time, and I just had been so nervous to even like use it for anything. And I decided to try digital bullet journaling, right? I know I've done 3 different styles of bullet journaling. You know, you do what you gotta do until you figure out what works for you. I loved it. I did. And I ended up making a video on regular bullet journal versus digital bullet journal. And even in the video, I say how the pros outweighed the cons, yet I decided I was still going to switch back to a regular bullet journal, which only lasted a few months, mind you. Yeah. So I loved it. I did it in May. I just wanted to try it for a month and really see what happened. I was going to do it for June as well, but when it came to June of last year, I ended up setting up my regular bullet journal as well as the digital. And it was really kind of cool because then you could see the comparison between the two. And that was kind of cool. But I then switched back to a regular bullet journal for a few months. I know, I'm a little nutso. I switched back to the regular bullet journal. I just kind of had this moment where I'm like, I really want to do digital planning because I thought it was so cool and it worked so well with my life, only having to carry around my iPad and Apple Pencil instead of all of these craft supplies and washi tape that I never use. So maybe we'll have to make a video on different things you can use washi tape for when you clearly have too much of it. Anyways, so digital bullet journaling was great. I loved that style and it is super fun. I will be selling my digital bullet journal on my Etsy shop. I don't have the digital bullet journal ready just yet if you're watching this when this first comes out, but I'll link to the shop down below in case you want to check it out. I have my digital planner on there, which is where I'm currently at. So aside from digital bullet journaling, there's also digital planning, where you kind of have these pre-made planners or undated planners, or honestly, so many different planners to choose from. There are so many wonderful and awesome digital creators out there who are making these digital planners, and it's great. But that also means that there's a lot of options to choose from, and I get it. I'm now in that mix, and people have to figure out which planner they want to use. So it can be a little overwhelming to find the planner that works best for you, but I made my digital planner as sort of a blend with bullet journaling in a sense. There's a lot of extra pages in there, like dotted, blank, and lined, and you get total freedom on your weekly spreads, and then there's consistent daily spreads in there. Because I know for me, when it came to bullet journaling, weeklies were what I always changed up. But the dailies, I didn't really do in a bullet journal because dailies took up so much space. So yeah, I love my digital planner. If you want to check out a flip through of the digital creative planner that I made, I will link to it here for you if you want to dive a little bit deeper into that one. Well, friends, that's where I'm at today. I am a digital planner now, and I love it. It's a world I love right now, and I probably will continue doing this for a while until my life changes and my needs change again. I hope that maybe you were able to get some inspiration from this video. Maybe you heard of some planning styles you didn't know about, or got some information you didn't know about. But if there's anything else that you'd like to contribute to this video, leave it in the comments below. But also, what kind of planning style do you use? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your planning journeys as well. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that like button down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, and ring that bell. Until next time, bye-bye.